What's up, my lifers? How are we? Welcome back to another day's journey in the world with your girl Angie in real life. Welcome to Big Daddy, the Caddie, and me. The Lunch and Live edition, y'all. We at Chick-Fil-A getting it in. Chick-Fil-A chicken sandwich, you guys. Yummy, yummy. Got some of that Chick-Fil-A sauce, the classic. My husband devoured his, setting the live up. Come through.
Shitting that bullshit.
Daddy, I was trying to. Hey, Tatty Hearts. Yeah, he blessed our food already. I remember. Little name from nurse about to be already received. And we're about to receive it. Christ, say amen. We got Chick-fil-A sauce. We got that Polynesian sauce. Y'all, I don't want a thing. We just out and about. We're home now. We're actually in our personal vehicle and not the big truck. Food line is right across from Chick-fil-A. I can't even get this open.
Stop getting a long ass fingernail.
Baby, I grew into these. They ain't for nothing. They only for cuteness. That's it. Y'all, this Polynesian sauce is the life. What y'all know about that? Baby, this is our Chick-fil-A mukbang. Mukbang. We're mukbanging.
I ate that too fast.
Yes, you did, baby. I haven't even bit my sandwich yet, and you done.
You sitting on there playing with that damn phone.
I know I bite, number. Y'all, I like Chick-fil-A sandwich. I was do. But I still feel like Popeyes is better.
Damn, man. Sam, that spicy chicken stringing the shit out you.
You didn't even chew it. You just bit it and swallowed.
Don't worry about what I do over here.
No, I ain't worried about it. Talking about it. That did.
Let's see it, yeah.
Get your mind in the right place.
Right.
Get your mind in the right place, sir.
It's always in the right place.
Hi, 4KS. We love rain. How are you? I done got hot now, though.
Going with this Chick-fil-A.
I got to come up out the jacket.
I don't want no more. I can't eat it all.
Why does that taste so salty to me? I feel like this camera is like dead in my face.
Oh, get it dead out the face.
This tastes salty to me. Y'all, I was gonna do the smash the greens challenge, and here I am eating Chick-fil-A. That ain't gonna happen. I got my greens at home and everything. Hey, Trucker Z. I'm I'm adjusting my thing because it seems like I'm in y'all face. Big Daddy, the Caddie, and me. He always driving, y'all. I got him driving again today. Don't you stop. You play too much.
Chicken shirt wearing.
I like my shirt.
You ain't got no loyalty. You wearing a Chick-Fil-A shirt, eating.
I'm wrong. Get it right. Get it right.
What kind of shirt you wearing?
Ain't no Chick-Fil-A.
Yeah, Chick-Fil-A sandwich, eating raffle.
And what kind of shirt I got on?
A raw phone.
Okay, then I like them both. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And you stay loyal to a brand. I ain't wearing nobody clothes.
I don't say that when you be eating Popeye's chicken.
I don't wear somebody else's shirt while eating Popeye's chicken.
Y'all know that? I'm gonna eat my lunch. This sun is so bright, y'all. Baby, get on one.
That's what she said.
Don't look at me like that.
That's what she said. She said,
She who? Hold up.
get on.
Who is she?
What you want to argue?
Look, y'all tell me this. When you and your spouse are upset with one another, do you guys work it out before y'all depart? Or before y'all go to bed? Or do y'all just sit on that thing?
I like the latter. Sit on that thing.
Do y'all just be angry with each other throughout the day?
I feel like you're trying to go somewhere. What you trying to go somewhere?
I'm going somewhere. I want you to go with me.
I ain't going with you.
Do you stay angry for days upon days?
I say night riding. You still on night riding?
That's the last picture. That's why I said Night Rider. I didn't change the picture. That's why I said Night Rider. Do you guys... I am so thirsty, y'all. And I shouldn't be eating and drinking. I feel like my food is stuck. Don't be scared.
Don't you get that sauce away from me.
Y'all, he don't like no kind of sauce.
I like ketchup.
Ketchup and Italian dressing. He's plain Jane. But anyway... When you guys are upset or have a disagreement or whatever, do you guys hash it out? When I said the part ways, I mean like when you go to work, he go to work, you go to work, or do y'all go to bed on it, or do y'all hash it out? Kenny, what do you do?
I sit on it for a while. But if you sit on it...
Trucker Z, you see his comment?
All right.
Trucker Z, I will ignore a girl for a month.
Damn it, boy. What you do is you work on it.
You work on what?
Sometimes it take a while to work on it. You don't just have an issue and then immediately dismiss it or let it go. You work on that issue, and sometimes it takes a while.
And it takes a month. Trucker Z said he ignored the girl.
Trucker Z a month.
Trucker Z said he ignored her for a month. Well, what do you do when you live in the same household? Can you ignore them then? When you live in the same house, whether a husband or wife or just boyfriend or girlfriend, y'all living together, would you walk around and ignore her for a whole month in the house? That's not a good thing. Trucker Z, women don't take being ignored too well.
I don't do no month ignoring.
My husband ignored my happy tail.
I ignore her for a few
But
days.
He'll come around eventually.
See, women know how to play that game. Y'all play that game, y'all. You know, you get in the bed and get all close and stuff, or walk around in the house with your slip on.
And then it bring y'all around.
It bring some people around. I'm weak.
It do not bring you around.
I'm weak.
No. Do not lie on this live.
I'm weak.
Kenyon, you are not telling the truth.
A slip will bring me around.
Baby, we've been mad and arguing with each other. And I've gotten the bed.
No, don't say that to you.
Baby, I'm lying. Y'all look.
That slip will bring me around.
This joker, I go a whole week.
No, I won't. No.
Vern says, hello, pretty sister and handsome brother.
Hey, what's up?
Chucker Z, I beg to differ.
Chucker Z is the man.
The man is not always right.
Chucker Z.
Chucker Z.
Okay, the man ain't always right. The truck driver always right.
Whatever. No.
Truck driver always right.
Oh, she said, y'all my family. Y'all my family. So we all beautiful. Yes, honey.
Yes, Lord.
Us chocolate people. We some beautiful folk. Inside and out. Okay? Trucker Z said it's a man's world. You know what, Trucker Z?
Get them birds from front fry.
You give them some of yours. Why you putting down on that side?
Yeah, no, they ain't getting none of you fries.
It costs too much money for the birds. Exactly, Vern. You didn't see Trucker Z comment. You study running your mouth over there.
I'm trying to eat my chicken tender. All I got.
He said it's a man's world.
That's right. That's right, Chuckles.
Vern said, boy, bye. Exactly. Well, we all know that the Bible says, don't let the sun go down on your wrath.
That means work it out.
That means work it out. But we human, y'all. And we don't always follow the word. I'm going to just be real. I love Jesus with everything in me. But when I'm mad at you, don't touch me. Don't come patting and all that. When you know you already did me wrong.
Well, don't be advancing that. Don't be.
It's not about what you mean advancing
don't
it.
Set the mood for nobody to be touching or patting.
If I'm mad at you, you done piss me off. Why would I want to lay up with you?
Well,
come on, y'all, come through. Somebody, where my sisters at?
Put all your clothes on and walk around the house. Put your coat on and all that.
No, we not having no relations because I'm mad right now.
Well, you better not being mad in no slip. You be in trouble.
I mean, why y'all think that? Y'all done did us wrong and y'all want some relations?
Don't be mad in no slip. You in trouble.
And see, us women, we something else, y'all.
Whatever.
Because we'll get in the bed halfway. And in our mindset, we thinking, I dare he touch me.
Yeah, that's why I say y'all know how to make the situation.
You waiting, like I tell you what, let him touch me tonight.
Y'all know how to draw a knife. Ain't that in the Bible, draw a knife?
Vern says, girl, I've been married 20 years and I swear he knows how to push my buttons. He gets nothing, nada, zero, LOL. Yes, Vern, thank you. You done made me mad. You done hurt my feelings and now you want to get some feelings? I don't think so.
That ain't Christ-like now.
It ain't Christ-like, but y'all do us the same way.
Yeah, it ain't.
Why get Christ involved when it's us denying y'all? How about when y'all deny us? Get Christ involved then.
He the head.
He is the head. Honey, look. You act all crazy. Come through. Shop closed. Get it right. Shop closed for a couple days. Poop Jenny. And I'm getting in the bed halfway naked.
Man, we got a couch too.
Who getting on the couch?
You is.
When? I don't care how mad we. Another thing too, y'all. I don't care how mad we are at each other. It's a crispy. It's a crispy chicken deluxe from Chick-Fil-A. It's good and I'm full. I could only eat a half a sandwich. Oh, you have got to go to Chick-Fil-A, girl. Y'all got Chick-Fil-A? That crispy chicken deluxe is the bomb. You know they had all the controversy between Chick-Fil-A and Chick-Fil-A and Popeye's chicken sandwich. I like Chick-Fil-A, I do, but I like Popeye's better. But look, y'all, let me tell y'all something. I don't care how mad me and my husband are at each other. He is not sleeping on no couch, and I'm not either. I don't care if you don't want to touch me. I don't care if I don't want you touching me. You getting in this bed. And don't let me wake up and you not in this bed. Because I'm calling your cell phone because I know it's in there because I don't feel like howling. And if I'm mad enough, I'm getting up and you ain't sleeping. Ask my husband. I done came up on him with cups of cold water several times.
Whatever.
My husband's first name is Kenyon. Kenyon. Baby, say something so she can see.
I'm tired. What happened?
Vern's asking your first name.
Oh, Kenyon.
Put your say something so she can see it on the screen.
Kenyon. Pronunciation is Ken-YUN. Kenyon. A lot of people can't pronounce.
Like Funyun, Kenyon. Won't you say something? You on the live.
Baby, what if I just want to speak it out instead of type it out?
She's talking to you.
What happened? Let me see.
She said, at Kenyon, get in that bed and be mad. LMNOA. He better. Hey, Liz. Hey, Shawanya's Creative Closet. She said, hey, I'm at work and can't wait to get off. Girl, I don't miss them days, but I miss my money, though. I miss my coins. So, y'all, we was just asking a question about when you and your spouse are arguing or you and your spouse are upset or your significant other or whoever, do you depart ways being angry or do you deal with it before you depart ways? Like if you go into bed, do you go to bed angry, or if you got to go to work and he got to go to work, are you leaving each other upset? I used to be afraid. I used to just pop off at the mouth. But I give him his space now. I give him his space and then I pop off at the mouth. Because if okay, thank you, Trucker Z. If I don't give him his space and I just start popping off at the mouth, then I know he doesn't hear me. And he's not listening. But if I give him his space and then pop off at the mouth, then I know he's listening.
When you pop off at the mouth, that don't do nothing for me. That'll close the whole conversation, you understand me? Conversation closed. And how y'all do that? Hey, conversation closed. That don't do nothing for me popping off. That make the situation worse.
Liz says, my husband walks away because I want to whip him. I'm Latino and we're very hot. I be wanting to smack him too, y'all, but I'm scared. Truck drivers need peace is what Trucker Z says.
Yes. She always talk about whooping on me, y'all, but let me show y'all a quick comparison. Put your hand up there, baby.
He wants to show y'all this, but I always talk about beating up on him.
She always talk about beating me. Now look at his hand.
He's just showing y'all why I always say I'm going to hit him or whatever.
Now why would she do that?
Pull it back, you can actually see. What's your comment?
Why would she attempt that, lifers?
Look, ball your fist up. This is my husband's fist.
Lifers.
And this is mine.
Why she gonna play with that? Even though I've never hit a woman in my life. I'll shake the shit out you, but I ain't gonna hit. Why?
And for the record, y'all, he's never shaking me either.
Why would she do that?
See your comment. What did you say? I try not to leave upset, but it has happened before. Just to be honest. Yeah, it happens to us all, Vern.
I think it's best to deal with it right then, if you can. If you can be adult enough to put your feelings and emotions to the side and not make it worse, it's best to deal with it right then. So if you leave out the house or you continue on your day, you go to work or whatever, it leaves space for somebody. I don't want that turn on me. It leaves space for somebody from the opposite sex to you know, especially if they already looking at you, to ease right on in. How was your day? Or you need to talk or something like that. And that don't need to be done, especially when you're feeling some type of way against your significant other. So it's kind of best to deal with it. You think?
Liz says she's gotten better. True Tea lunch meat. Trucker Z said mucho. I guess because your fist is so big. But yeah, to piggyback on what he said, I agree as well, because you know the enemy is real. And hey, Panina the Grace, welcome. The enemy is real and he's relentless and he doesn't want to see any relationships work. So he is going to do whatever he can to try to keep you apart. So I think you should come together. We all need to try harder and be more patient, because if we leave mad and something happens to our spouse, we will be angry at ourselves. And that is so true.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is so true. Panana is soon to be my wife. Is that true?
Who's Panana and whose wife?
Trucker Z? Congratulations. Are you pulling our leg, Trucker Z, or are you being serious?
Anytime a truck driver say something.
He said yes. Well, congratulations. I hope we get an invitation.
All right now, Trucker Z.
That's what's up. He's saying seriously. So yes, I'm glad. Well, yes, it is good. Verns was right. You know, if we depart ways and we're angry with each other, then we won't have that chance. Liz said 10-4 Trucker Z. That's what's up. We won't have that chance to get it right, and we'll live with regret. Donada, okay? He said gracias. Donada.
What's Donada?
You're welcome.
How you know?
Because I know a little bit.
I know a little bit of Spanish too.
Go ahead, baby. Enlighten us. But yes, I agree with that. And the enemy, like I said, he don't want to see any relationships work. And marriage is a holy covenant between two people and God. You know, so whatever he can drive a wedge between two people, then he will absolutely do it. So I do agree, but it's different strokes for different folks. What it takes for Ken and I, it may not be what it takes for Vern and her husband, you know, or Liz and her husband. You have to govern according to your spouse. Get to know your spouse, you know, what they do's and don'ts are. I'll use, for example, I have come from a long line of very strong
jackass.
Very strong, dominant, very strong, dominant women. Like, we hold it down. Versus, I lost my first husband, and it was not an argument, but there are some things I wish I would have said to him. Oh, healing to you, Vern. And I'm always been very up forward, very dominant. I'm the type of woman where I need a husband like mine. I need a stern man, because a jellyback man won't work for me, because I run right over top of him.
Yeah, she sure don't go here.
And I've gotten mad with him because I told him, he's like, you think you're going to control me? I was like, yeah. I want to control you. But he was like, honey, you got the wrong man. But in essence of what I'm saying is, I used to always yell at him. Oh, she said, oh no, not a jellyback man. OMG, yes, honey. And one that just said, one that I can say whatever and he okay with it. Nah, don't just say be okay with it because I say I'm okay with it. I'm gonna need you to make some decisions here, okay? Anyhow, but I used to yell at him and scream at him and all that instead of talking to him. And one day he checked me. Hey, Queen Helen, Casey. Oh, I see. Bye-bye, Z. Thanks. And one day he stopped me dead in my tracks. And he said, listen at you. Listen at you is what he said to me. He said, would you want to talk to somebody if they're talking to you the way that you were talking to me? He said, listen at you. And he did check me in love. But I never realized that I was talking to him like that. And this went on for years, guys. Years. And then he checked me and I started realizing how I was never talking to him. I was talking at him and I was yelling at him. But that's what I come from. That's all I know. My mom and dad yell. My grandma yell. We sitting right beside each other and we yelling in each other's face.
It don't work, yeah.
But I realized that that's not what it takes for my husband. So it's different strokes for different folks. And I'm glad that after all those years, he had enough heart to check me. Because I didn't know. I didn't know that that's how I was sounding.
You're wrong on that because the heart was always there.
Well, I'm not saying...
What I would do is...
let me have my way.
No, I ain't let you have shit. When you start yelling, the conversation was over. I had done checked out. But, after I got tired of it, and then, I let you know, hey, it ain't going nowhere. Ain't nothing being fixed. Nothing being settled. Because when you start yelling, I done checked out. So that's what that was. It wasn't about no heart. The heart was always there, but I ain't gonna argue with you. I ain't gonna sit there and argue.
Vern says, break the cycle or chain. Good for you, sis. Yes. And I can honestly say that my parents never got divorced. My parents or my grandparents. It was death do you part. My mom passed away. It was a year on November the 4th. And her and my stepfather would have been married 30 years. My grandmother and my grandfather, my grandmom died first. And we just buried my granddad in August. And it was to death do you part. So divorce is not an option. And we talked about it a lot. There's times when we didn't agree and we would go round and round in circles. We made a decision that we're not talking about divorce no more. Because we throw that word around so lightly, it becomes manifested.
I think you're telling that wrong, too.
Okay, well, correct me, baby.
If I recall, you the one.
Well, yeah,
right.
Yeah, correct me.
Right.
I'm the one that will bring up divorce. He's
right.
Never, thank you, honey, for correcting me.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you. See, we compliment each other.
Get it right.
But he would say if that's what you want, he would go for whatever I wanted. Oh, no, I'm sorry for your loss. Vern, girl, let me tell you, honey, it's a whole nother story about loss. I did a podcast a couple weeks ago, and it was titled Grief and Sorrow. For the last 6 years, I've lost someone every single year in my life, and it's been close people. From my grandma, my auntie, to my mom, my granddad, my uncle, my nephew. So I've been dealing with a lot. This is part of the reason why I'm on this quick break. I need a mental break because it's all kind of like overshadowing me. But anyway, thank you, Vern. That's a whole different story. But yes, you guys, don't use the word, even in times when we were having problems. And I was like, I'm out. My husband's like, if you leave it here, it's no separation. There ain't gonna be no separation. Nah, we're not doing that.
That's one thing I don't believe in a married couple separating. That if you leave, that's it. Shit, what you gonna separate for? That leaves a window for other people and other things, and separation is divorce to me. Period. Point blank. You leave the house, you left the marriage. That's just what it is.
Trucker Z said, y'all speak truth. Nice. Baby, you can read the comments. We ain't like we in the big truck and you can't see.
I'm driving.
Angie, I can relate. Barely bouncing back from loss in my family. Vern says, yes, fight for your marriage. You will have arguments that is heated. No one has a perfect marriage. And that is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Even down to communication. It all boils down to communication, you guys. And to be honest, Kenya and I hardly argue anymore. And that's so crazy. I used to hear people say, Oh, we don't argue. We don't argue. We never argue. And I would think when I would hear people say that they don't argue, I would think, well, either he cheating or she cheating. Somebody doing something. Y'all marriage cannot be that perfect. But him and I don't argue. We talk about situations, but we wait. Now that I understand him, and that's the thing, King and I have been together teenagers. We were together in our teens. We were together in our 20s. We were together in our 30s. And now we are embarking the 40s.
And she's also come to realize the truth, you know, that what Trucker Z just said.
I can't stand you.
The man is always right.
See what I have to deal with, guys.
She realizes, Trucker G just said, the man is always right. Yes.
He's saying facts. The man is not always right. Majority of the time. Now I'm gonna give y'all props. My husband is a very wise man. He really is. He's wise beyond his years, and he's very smart. And he challenged me. Love is everything. It is cheaper to keep her. Just kidding. Look, we don't have no babies together, so he might get off now. If he let me go, he might keep his coins. And we had some babies, then he might be a little bit broke, okay? I'm just kidding. But yes, you guys, communication is key. I come from that. My pops was a trucker and was the king of the castle. And my husband is the king. I have learned to humble myself graciously before God. Because y'all, I had a problem with the man being the head. Why he got to be the head? He ain't telling me what to do. Shoot. I'm my own person. But I come to realize that God has a strategic order for a reason. And ladies, we are not insignificant because we are allowing the man to be the king of the castle. It doesn't make us insignificant. It makes us great wives and very empowered women. And if that man is working out his dreams and goals and we're pushing him, trust and believe we're coming up. We women have our place. And yes, there is an order. Absolutely. And my thing is, husband, you want to add something?
You doing fine. Oh, you got to just add in that, you know, the man knows it all. Knows it all. Add that in there, you doing fine. This tea is good.
That's not tea. But yes, I mean, it took some years, y'all, for real. This big mouth. And that's crazy because when I thought I knew him, I didn't. I really didn't know him. I didn't really know how he operated. And that's crazy.
Cool. No, that ain't cool.
How can you be married all these years and not really know your spouse? He's sipping on lemonade.
I'm sipping this tea.
But that's all, y'all. We was eating lunch and I decided to go live while I got him. I don't get him that much, y'all, other than on the truck. So, and he has a lot of good advice. I hear you, but I say we are equal because if he becomes incapacitated, then the woman has to pick up a spot. Absolutely.
Yeah, I believe that too.
Absolutely,
I'm
Verbs.
Just playing off of what Trucker Z said. But some men in marriage, they take that man as the head and become dogmatic and think that's, you know, how it's supposed to be. But it's not. Man is the head, the provider, protector. And that's what that reason is for. And you need to be, what that means to me is when it says man is the head, you need to be the first one. You need to be the first one out the house, bringing in for the house. You need to be the one on the front line. That don't mean, you know, you don't have your wife on the front line with you, but you dog sure need to be, you know, the one out there on the front line. That's what that means. The head for me, the head in protection. You need to be the first one to go to the door. Something wrong at the house, you need to get up and be the first one to the door. Don't send your wife, say, yeah, go see what that noise is. That's what that means to me.
She said, your hubby is right, not dogmatic or controlling. Absolutely. And if we don't understand as women, we'll feel like we're being controlled, because I felt like he was trying to control me. I felt all that, but all he was doing was trying to lead the family the way that God has taught him how to lead the family. And Vern, to piggyback off what you said, my stepdad and my mom were married 30-some years. But my stepdad had his own business. And he had a cement business, concrete, sidewalks, basements. I don't know what you call it. It's not mason, is it? Or daddy's.
Concrete.
Yeah, he did like concrete work, and he had his own business. And for years, my mom kind of like hit and miss jobs. She was more like a stay-at-home mom. My mom was. And it got to the point where my dad got sick. And he was having issues with his back. He had to have a major back surgery. And that actually took him out of commission. He had to end up turning his business over to his brother, and that kind of thing. And my mom was the breadwinner. My mom was the breadwinner of the family. When my dad couldn't work anymore, he ended up losing his business. He did get like a small, like, Social Security every month, but my mom held it down. My mom held it down to the point where my dad right now don't have to worry about anything. When she passed away, she left a nice life insurance policy through her job. She had a pension. He receives a portion of her pension every month. Their house is paid for, and their car is paid for. Okay, Trucker Z. So Vern, absolutely. It goes both ways. It's hard for a man, because I seen my dad go down. And right now, my dad is suffering because a year ago, he had his leg amputated, and they're getting ready to amputate another leg. But as far as finances, he's covered. Their house is paid for. Their car is paid for. He's in a rehab center right now. And we don't know if he'll ever be able to come back home, because he's going to need full-time care. But I said all of that to say, Vern, you're absolutely right. My mom stepped up to the plate. She took the mortgage. There were times when my mom was paying 2 car payments. She would go out, put the down payment, got him a truck, and would put money in his pocket. My mom held it down. And she still treated him like a man. She got a car, gave him money so he could have money in his pocket. So, hey, it goes both ways. It's about being in a marriage. Was it hard for my dad? Yes. Being a sole provider, having his own business, holding it down, to being at home 24 hours a day, not being able to work and all that. But my mom held it down. She held it down for him. She took care of him, and now she's gone, and he's provided for. He's taken care of. So it goes hand in hand, guys. And it is life is wonderful. Marriage is what you make it. And like I said, Trucker Z and Panana the Grace, I'm excited for you guys to be getting married. Please keep us posted so that we know. I'm excited. I love when people get married. And my advice to you, my brother-in-law, he said they met on YouTube. My brother-in-law and his wife met on eharmony.com. And they are 2 years married. No, they're a year married. And they have a little son. So they love each other. They met on eharmony.com. They sure did. And they're married to this day with a son. And they're doing great. Their marriage is thriving. They both have good careers. And they got a little son. Yes. My husband's brother met his wife on eharmony.com. Yes. And they are married to this day. And it's working. So if you got 2 people that love each other and that are willing, y'all, anything is possible. So I'm going to get up off this live. My advice to you guys as husband and wife, those are planning on getting married, those that are already married, those are thinking about it. Communication is key. Always talk. No matter how hard it is, tell the truth, guys. Be truthful, because you can always work it out. You can always work it out if you tell them about it. Don't assume that the husband knows. Don't assume that the wife knows. Because just because you thinking it, it doesn't mean that they know it. Our think patterns are different. Peace to all in the chat. Much love, Angie and Kenyon. Thank you. So keep that in mind when you get to arguing with your husband or your wife or your spouse, your significant other. Keep in mind that tomorrow's not promised. All right, Big Daddy. You want to add something?
I'm sitting up here half asleep.
I'm boring you? All right, guys. Thanks for doing our luncheon live. We got a couple errands to run. And then we head on back to the house. And get ready for 18 Wheels and Turning tonight. I want to say thank you guys for joining us on 18 Wheels and Turning. And I love you guys. Toodles. Baby, say bye.
Peace.
Put your
That was my man Frank G said. Peace.
You gonna put your wave in with your big hand. You just copying me.
Peace.
And we out.